Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Callie. My word, it is 4 a.m. It's 4 a.m. you guys, man. When I started this, it was 2:57. Okay, so it's been an hour. I did record one video. It was 23 minutes. I didn't end up ever getting to the Mercury retrograde because I was just talking. So if you caught that video and you got lost in it with me, I appreciate it. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, this one's about Mercury retrograde and hopefully I can get through it. It's late. Maybe that's why I'm all over the place. But yeah, I wanted to talk about this because it already has affected me personally in my own relationship because Mercury right now is in retrograde conjunct with Venus. So conjunct is a fancy way of saying sitting in the same sign or in the house. So Mercury, and if you guys been watching my videos, my last video actually was about Mercury and Venus in Gemini. And so they're still in Gemini, but now Mercury is going retrograde, which gives the appearance that it's moving away, getting smaller. So yeah, this is a fun time in the spiritual community. And where everybody can blame what's going wrong on Mercury retrograde, right? So usually it doesn't really affect me. And I made a video the other day about relationships and open communication in relationships. And then the very next day I got in a fight in my relationship because I was not paying attention to like what was going on with me. You know, I was getting like a little stir crazy, you know, because you can only. I'm not yet someone who thrives on doing the same thing every day. And, you know, when you live the life of like a mother, you do the same thing almost every day. It's fun. And it's not the thing like I enjoy, you know, what comes with like having a child somewhat. It's a learning experience. It's really a challenge because like they don't prepare you for anything. And when you're dealing with like a mini you and a mini person you're with, it's like we thought this would be a good idea. Like when we met, we're like, we gotta have babies together. And then we had a baby and then we thought about it and we're like, mixing me with you. Like we thought that would be a good idea, but really what has happened was this kid rules the roost. Like he's taken over. He's me and he's him. And I'll tell you what, I'm a type of person. No. Yes, no. Nobody's telling me what to do. Even if you even try to tell me, even if it's like beneficial to me, if you say it in a tone that comes off to me as like you're trying to tell me what to do, no. It don't even matter if it makes sense. No. I'm stubborn like that. I don't know. I don't like to be told what to do. And the man I am with, my partner, he also, you cannot tell him what to do, even if it's good for him. We're like the same, but we're way different because we're like the same souls. It's really weird. We're like the same souls, but we were born in two different parts of the world. I'm from Northern America. He's from South America. As far as genetics, we are completely opposite side of the genetic spectrum. Like we're totally different opposites there. But somehow we are the same. It's weird. It's a weird thing. But putting us together into a separate entity as my son, oh my, we've got our hands full. I'll say that much. We've got our hands full. But yeah, when, you know, you do the same thing over and go, like for me, it's cleaning. Cleaning every day just. It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. And like I said in my other video, my partner is like, I thought you liked to clean. I'm like, why would I like to? Because you do it all the time. No, I don't clean all the time because I like to. One, I really like to have a clean place. It makes me feel good. I like to see beautiful, clean spaces. But if you don't clean, man, it just gets away from you. So yeah, but doing it every day, it's driving me crazy. So I got a little emotional about it, angry, like, ooh, that anger welled up. And instead of like, me communicating with myself or openly communicating with my partner what I was experiencing about, hey, like, I need to do something different. Like we started to plan a vacation. Like, okay, I need to do something different. Instead, what I did was basically blame him. In a nutshell, I blamed him. I woke up that day, felt anger and frustration about having to clean every single day. Same cleaning, same thing every single day. And instead of, working that out with myself and going to him and saying, hey, listen, I need some change. Like, I need to do something different for like a day or 2 days. Like, I need a break from this whole routine we got going on. Instead of doing that, like openly communicating, like what I said in my video, because I made a video that said clearly communicating in your relationships. And then the next day, Mercury retrograde, that happened. And instead of clearly communicating in my relationship, I fell into the Mercury retrograde trap, and I was instantly pointing fingers. And when you're pointing fingers, they're pointing back at you. And so it was easy for him to be like, this isn't my fault. This is all you. And he was right. He was basically right. It was all me. And I was putting it on him. And so, yeah, this whole Mercury retrograde in the relationships and communicating is important. And what we have to communicate is how we feel and what we're thinking. And when you're lost in what you're feeling, it's hard to communicate what you're thinking because you're feeling. It all gets muddled up. So yeah, I always say don't do what I did, which is project everything onto the other person, but really take a look at what's going on internally. So before you approach somebody with something you have to say, really think about it. And usually I'm good at this. Like, there'll be a frustration that arises and I try to project it onto him. And then instantly the next thought in my head, I don't go and say it right away, instantly the next thought in my head is like, oh, well, you're saying it's him because really you're doing this. And I'm like, man, that's true. All right. So it's not really him, it's me. And, this happens all the time because that's like what we do in relationships is we project onto the other person our bullshit so we can somehow face it. But once you learn that, then you can start to like see it before you go through the drama. Save yourself the drama of projection and fighting and just ask yourself, okay, why am I pointing this at this other person? Like, what is my real problem? Do I really have a problem with this person, or is the problem somewhere with me? Because usually it's always an internal thing going on and you're like putting it out. So yeah, that's my advice for Mercury retrograde in relationships. Just don't. Really ask yourself before, because listen, it is in Gemini. So we got Mercury retrograde with Venus in Gemini. So this is prime time for open communication, but with it being retrograde, it's prime time for that communication to be really faulted, to get messy, for things to go wrong because we're not thinking clearly. So I always like to tell people when Mercury retrograde comes, talk less and think more. Like before you talk, make sure you think more about what you're going to say. So if you see me less during this time, that's probably why. I'm going to still try to show up every day. But my goal for this month of June, because we got Mercury retrograde from May 29th to June 22nd. So my whole goal for this month is to speak less, say more, but speak less. Okay? And to also speak slower, because I realize I talk fast. I don't know if you guys think I talk too fast in my video. Maybe you let me know down below. What's crazy is I just had one time somebody put a comment down below, and he said that I was arrogant and inept. And now, so for what people who don't know what inept means, it means lacking ability or skill. And he's right. He's right. I am what you call like a I just go with it. I just go with it. I'm young, you guys. When I get older, I'll do better, all right? It doesn't happen overnight, but yeah, if I'm inept at these videos, I don't know. I apologize. I don't want to come off as arrogant, but you got to have a certain level of confidence, because if not you, then who? So yeah, anyway, I'm not going to try to get too distracted here. My best advice for this Mercury retrograde is to really think before you say stuff, especially in your relationships. I know now is the time where we want to communicate, we want to get it all out, we want to make sure we're on the same page, having the same intentions, but really think about what you say and what you're doing before you go off the deep end like I did. And because you can save yourself the hassle. Of course, when you go through like these emotional ups and downs, you learn a lot, but you could save yourself a lot of loss of energy, because it really drains you when you fight with somebody. For me, it always helps me because I learn a lot from my arguments, because for me, I am arrogant, I guess, to where, like I said, I don't want anyone to tell me what to do or say anything, and it's hard to penetrate that. And so when I'm angry, for some reason, I allow different perspectives to come in, and eventually, because you get so angry, and then you got to find a way to calm yourself down. And the only way to calm yourself down is to be like, oh, I'm wrong. Whenever I realize I'm wrong, I go from being really angry to like, oh shit. Oh, feeling real like, okay, now I gotta switch this up here. Because before I'm angry and I'm justified, right? And then that anger and that justification, it reaches a peak, and you're like, okay, this can't go anywhere now else. Now it has to change. And you start thinking like, and then you see somewhere your flaw in it, and it comes down, and now it's like, man, I'm sorry. Do you still love me? Because I make myself look very silly. Because I come off like a complete jerk. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Yeah, that's me. So don't do that. Don't be a me. Make sure you're communicating clearly and gently, and be easy on yourself. Like this, the mind is so critical. Like just while I'm talking, like doing this video, the mind is being like, you're inept. Okay, mind, thanks. Like you're even talking inept right now. Like, really, mind? Like, come on. Why you gotta beat me up? But you don't always gotta listen to those thoughts. Those thoughts come in and they don't decide. They don't have to be like you can say, I'm just being me. Like, what's wrong with that? Is there something wrong with being me? Yes, no, nothing. So, because that voice can really get you down. But that's why you got to be really gentle on yourself right now, because that voice is very critical. It can be mean, and it's really loud right now. So, you know, and when it gets us down, like sometimes we have our own really self-depreciating thoughts, and then that gets us down, and somehow we end up taking that out on the people closest to us too. So that could just be a lack of discipline in the mind, and for me, it's definitely the case, lack of discipline up there. So yeah, I would just say that relationships, because right now it's highlighted. We got Venus both with Mercury in Gemini. Just watch how you're treating yourself and your person, you know, in your relationships right now. Watch how you're speaking to them, you know, because we tend to speak maybe in a way that may not be very beneficial. It comes off a certain way. So yeah, fast judgment, harsh words, that's the type of stuff that might come up right now. So take extra caution, be extra, you know, slow with yourself in your words and your communication. They say don't travel and do stuff like that. But I would say if you feel balanced and like you got your shield of protection, which at any moment you can cloak yourself in, I say do what you want. And usually I wouldn't fall for this, but I let the emotion get the best of me. And so, but it was learning. It was me realizing I need a vacation. So it was a good realization. And yeah, going to Michigan. So silent scream, because I can't scream because everybody's sleeping. It's 4 a.m. But yeah, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go to sleep, get some rest. Take this one easy. Yeah, you guys will be seeing me. You'll be seeing me. I got more to say, I'm sure. Always got something to say. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy your month. It's Sunday, the sun shining. Go get that sun. Absorb those energy nutrients so you can sustain your body better. And it's the 30th, so Jupiter, we got that expansion, you know? Do something fun today, all right? Do something you enjoy. I'm going to take my own advice. But today, I got a lot of work to do because I'm trying to get out of here in 2 weeks. I'm taking a 1,300-mile trip to Michigan, so wish me all the luck and energy I need for that, all right? I hope you guys have a good day, good night. I'll see you guys next time.